Hey everyone, welcome back to Intro to DJing, and in this video what I want to do is show you how to use loop catch to do wordplay transitions. So what I'm going to do is reveal the mixer up here so we can actually use the crossfader, and this is typically the section of the song that I like looping. What I like doing is basically this part here where it says every day I'm shuffling. I like basically looping that and then starting the Cupid shuffle from there. So what I'm going to do, of course, is reset this to the master tempo and make sure this other one is synced. You can basically click and drag this, and I'll show you what it is.
Shake that.
Every day I'm shuffling, 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 every day I'm shuffling. Down, do you dance? We got a brand.
So you can hear that how that transition goes. Now, the one thing, if you're doing wordplay transitions like this, you don't want to have basically the option of making a mistake when you set the loop, especially because you have to set it at just the right time. And this can be especially the case when you're trying to line up the next track and play with the filters. You don't want to have to possibly make a mistake. So what you can use is loop catch, which will basically turn on a loop and only activate when the loop gets to that point. So unlike loop jump, which basically will jump to the start point of the loop when you press it, loop catch will activate the loop, but the rest of the track will keep playing in the background. And when it comes time to get to that loop, it'll enter the loop and just continue looping. So to set a loop, it's very much like setting a hot cue in Rekordbox where you click the button, except what you're going to do is actually activate the auto loop. You can do this with the in and out features, or you can just simply set the loop this way. And once you find the loop that you like, click on an empty hot cue spot, and you can tell that it's setting a loop and not a cue because you'll see this little loop button. It's going to be active loop. Now all you need to do is basically while your track is playing, you want to click on this little button, which will actually activate the loop so that when it gets to that point in the track, it's going to play it. Now you need to be careful here. You don't want to just press this button because that's going to jump wherever the track is playing, which is not what we want to do.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Instead, what you want to do is click on this little button here, and I'll show you how to do it on the DJFriendZone as well. But basically suffice it to say what you need to do is just basically click on this little button and it will activate the loop. And that way you don't have to worry about actually setting the loop at the right time and setting the right in and out points. All you need to do is just activate it. You'll see that it's red, and watch what happens when it gets to that point in the track. So to give you a demonstration, what I'm going to do is start playing the track. And now I'm going to activate the loop. Notice how when it reaches the loop,
Every day I'm
it
shuffling,
starts.
every day I'm shuffling, 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 every day I'm shuffling.
So you can see how that works. Basically what happened is rather than jumping to the loop, it catches the loop when the playhead reaches that position and simply loops that section, which is really, really nice. Now I'll show you how to do it on the DJFriendZone. So now I have the DJFriendZone here, and by default you should notice that when I press the loop button,
Every day I'm shuffling.
it's going to jump to the loop. It's going to do a loop jump. Instead, to do a loop catch, what we need to do is turn off the loop, and all you need to do is use the loop active button, which on the FLX4 is used by hitting shift and then the 4-beat exit. Notice how it is now turning red here on cue point C, which lets me know that the loop is active. So you can see
Every day I'm shuffling, every day I'm shuffling, every day I'm shuffling, every day I'm shuffling, every day I'm shuffling.
and from there, of course, you could start the next track that you want to. So it's very important to basically know how to do this on your controller because it's really nice. Now, what loop active here does is it'll activate the next loop that is in the series. So if I have another one here and I use loop active, what'll happen is basically it'll do the next one ahead of the position, and it will even tell you at the bottom if there is not one when you try to turn it on. So notice how if I'm here between C and D, shift and active will turn on D, whereas if I am Back here, shift and active will turn on loop C. So basically active will activate the next loop. This is the same behavior you would expect to see on things like the CDJs and such. So that active feature is done by hitting shift and the 4B and basically the auto loop button. So hope you found this helpful, and don't be afraid to set these loops and use loop catch to make your life easier. See you in the next video.